I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but several people have had relatives to come over. They needed somewhere to stay for a few months. Your few months were calendar months. Their few months were biblical events. I'm going to stay through the storm and the rain, through sickness and pain, through heartaches, through trials and tribulations. You thought from like May to June. Okay, this is not funny. Don't laugh. I'm just saying. But they're your kinfolk. And you tell everybody but them. Do you know they haven't left yet? And I'm not trying to say that your relatives are the devil. But they're using the same tactic. Give them a little encouragement. Be nice to them, just a little bit. And they'll move in. Show the devil some kindness. And you'll find him claiming your place. And his mail is coming to your address. Now you're being held hostage in your own house. You want to get out of the shower and run get the tissue where you know it is, but now, oh. You've got to find something to cover yourself with when all you had was your freedom, because a little at a time, they moved in. I'm just answering question number one. How does the devil get in the first place, Pastor Rush? He's not going to just kick the door down and say, I'm going to give you cancer tomorrow. You're going to die in 4 years. That's not how he operates, guys. A little bit at a time. Because he knows that you're not going to say, okay, in Jesus' name, get out. Some of us recognize what's happening when Satan moves in. We think having one negative thought, one bad idea is harmless. We believe if we can just keep a little bitterness just as an overnight guest, it won't hurt us. I'm not gonna go off, but I'm gonna hold on to this because that gives me some good information that I can use next week when I really have to throw down. Little do we know about we're about to operate a boarding house, because you get a little thought, and right there, that thought, Satan, in Jesus' name, leave my mind. That's what you need to do. But no, I'm going to hold on to this, because now I'm starting to see some things if I really look close enough. Now you're going to have a boarding house. And the devil is staying there a little bit at a time. Now you're feeding him. And you're sleeping with him on your mind, because you went to bed with him in your house. This may not be blessing but one person, and I just want you to promise to stay here with me. I never heard anybody talk growing up about how subtle the enemy comes in. We were always told to be aware of him, and we were looking for him to come in, just, twist your head around, and one day, you walking with your head backwards. Whoa, that was the devil right there. But how many people do you know that go to church, and the whole time you're in church, you can't stand church, you can't stand the people in church? You want to work in church, you don't want to work with the people that work in church. And you didn't come like that. Let's just be real now. You didn't come full of hate. You came out of desperation, you were looking for help. And Satan says, since you're going to settle there, next Sunday when you go, I want to introduce you to some of the people at the church. And so you start keeping him. And every Sunday he starts giving you thoughts about people. And then, of course, now don't think when I say feeding him, he's going to give you some information via email, Facebook, Twitter. But I don't go nowhere. I stay in the house. Well, you'll come to hell in your house. Because that's where the hell is going to come from. Wherever it comes from, it's coming in your house. Well, I don't go nowhere. You ain't got to go nowhere. Stay at the house. That's where I need you. Now he's starting to rearrange your life. Where you went, where there was supposed to be unity, now he says, I want to create just a little division. You ain't got to leave. Just don't get close. Because you know, Pastor Rush, people will hurt you. But I want you to forget God will heal you. And sometimes if you don't experience hurt, you don't know God as a healer. Am I talking to anybody? One thought, Pastor Rush? Yes, one thought. I don't know how many people I've talked to that went to the doctor and said it was just a lump. At first, Pastor, it was just a lump, and it sped up so fast. I never even felt it. Listen to me, church. You won't feel it. He's too clever for that. I don't care how brilliant you are. Oh, I can tell. No, you cannot tell. Unless you are him. But then God will give you a quickening in your heart to tell the enemy, get out. We are interested in changing people and making them get right. God said, don't think about them right now. The change is in you. Satan's not after them. See, that's where you start fooling yourself. You want so bad to make people think that Satan's after all these other folks. Forget them. He's after you. He may already have them.